gonna try ramen bowl for the very first time. My family loves ramen, just, the packaged stuff that you get, but we've never really done anything other than throw in a duck egg while we're cooking and call it, the poor man's egg drop soup. But today we're gonna get fancy. So the first thing I want to do is I got each of us a chicken egg. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out. We're going to try it together. What I want to do is try to get a very soft boil. And these are farm fresh. I usually put them in the Instapot. We're going to actually boil them on the stovetop today. So what you want to do is you want to get your water to a rolling boil, and then you bring it down to a simmer, and we'll let it set in that simmer for 5 minutes. Next, these packets. There's 3 of us, so I'm going to put all 3 packets. But my boys don't like lots of broth in theirs, so I only put 4 cups instead of 6 cups of water. And I'll show you another reason why in a minute. But I'm going to get this into our boiling water. Next, I'll add our packets of ramen, and I'll break them up just a little. And we'll just let these boil and cook. Okay, so next I have found you can kind of pretty much do whatever you want. I think it would be fun to add some carrots. And I've seen them in long strips like this. This is washed. I have left the skin on. I think that that'll be healthy for us that way. I'm just going to go ahead and make long strips. My son is not a huge carrot eater. You can chop this. You can use dehydrated. I think these will look pretty. I've got some freeze-dried corn and beans. Take our eggs off the heat. Because my boys are meat eaters, I didn't have any steak, which I thought would be wonderful. To have some medium rare steak pieces would be lovely. But instead, I've got some home canned ugly beef. It's ugly because of that, but I want to leave that fat on there. And although our noodles are cooked, I want to put all the broth and all the fat in here, and I'm going to bring that and we're going to warm it up. Oh guys, this is coming together so quickly. And look at that broth. Ooh, yes. Next, I've got this huge green onion. I mean, it is huge. And I've washed it. We're going to trim the bottom off of it. You can try replanting this and growing more of your own. Did you know that? I won't be doing that today, but I have in the past. And I want the white part and the green part today. We're going to use the entire thing. This is another one of those things where I wanted fresh, but absolutely you can use dehydrated or freeze-dried onion if you've got leeks, or if you don't like onion, you can leave it out. I'm so excited to get to try this for the first time and then see what I would do different for next time. This in a bowl. I'm going to kind of mix it up because I'll divide everything out between all of us so we all get a little. And that's the thing about these. I don't think it takes very many ingredients to put them together, and it seems to come together so quickly. And then last, I have some freeze-dried mushrooms, but I don't want to put big pieces in there. Mushrooms, when you freeze-dry them or dehydrate them, seem to get fragile. So I'll flip over my cutting board here, and I think I'll just kind of slice them. Give them a little rough chop here because they are so fragile at this state. We like mushrooms, so I wanted to give us plenty of those. I mean, that was probably honestly equal, not even one mushroom. Oh, I'm so excited. These bowls just scream party and fun to me. Here is what our ramen looks like, our ramen and beef. Like I said, my family doesn't like a lot of the soup, so I didn't want to overdo it. You can always add more hot water if you think you need it while you're cooking. So I'm just going to divvy this out equally. We'll start adding our ingredients. Now, you can sprinkle them, or I think it would be fun to kind of separate things a little bit and make a little fun little design in our bowl. And maybe put the carrots here. And then I'll put the mushrooms over here. I'm going to put the green onion right in the middle. The star, I think, of the show is going to be our eggs. Instead of using just sesame seed, I'm going to use the Dano's Crunchy. It's like everything bagel seasoning. I want to, if it doesn't wiggle, I'm going to cut it in half. Oh, perfect. Look at that yolk. Oh! And on there, I'm going to sprinkle a little of the Dano's. A nice, perfect egg yolk, if you ask me. Doesn't it look pretty already? I'm going to set this aside for a little bit, and I'm going to doctor this up. We're going to add some soy sauce. And then I saw somewhere they said to add some quippy, which is Japanese mayonnaise, maybe a tablespoon, just to make this a little creamy. And my son and I love mayonnaise, so I'm hoping that we'll love this. And I'm just going to whisk this. And basically I'm making a creamy broth that we're going to dish that back over our bowls. And because these are freeze-dried, I'm going to put it right over the top of those to start with, to let them kind of rehydrate a little, although I think the crunch is going to give a unique texture. And the other side on the mushrooms. Oh, a little noodle was left in there. Okay. I am gonna probably put some sweet chili on here. Just a quick little circle in there. And just a dash of sriracha. The boys will probably add more to theirs. I have soup spoons for each of us, along with a set of chopsticks. And here you have it. I am so excited for us to try our first ramen bowls. I personally would have liked the extra broth, and I might go ahead and make myself some. But this, for the boys, I think is going to be perfect. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. How do you eat your ramen? And here it is, our ramen bowl. All right, let's give this a taste test. I'm going to get a little bit of the broth to see whether we like that with the quippy in it. I'm going to say not bad. Ooh. Ooh, I like the flavor. All right. I really like putting that beef in there. We've never put meat in there or veggies. Go ahead and try a little veggie, maybe a little egg. I don't think I'm gonna go back to making it the old way. I gotta do this again. Bye for now. So excited to try my first ramen bowl.